Hi everyone, welcome to That Canadian Teacher. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate demographics and the formulas that we use to do this. The statistical information that you're going to see in this video are from Canada. However, you can still apply the formulas to whatever location you are looking to analyze the demographics for. So let's get started. First up is population density. And so what we're going to be focusing in on is our total population and our total square kilometers. So let's take our total population and then we're going to divide it by the total area of our location. So in this case, it's represented by square kilometers. And we're going to divide our total population by our total area. And that's going to give us a total of 3.83 kilometers squared, which is our unit of measurement. Now for demographics, I tend to tell my students to always go to 2 decimal points. You're going to want to check in with your teacher or your instructor to find out what they would prefer. So this may be teacher specific, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to be going to 2 decimal places where possible. Next up is birth rate. And so what we're looking at with birth rate is the total number of births per 1,000 people. So we're going to want to keep that in mind when we're doing our calculation. So we're going to have a look at our total births and our total population. So we're going to take our total births and we're going to divide that by our total population and we're going to multiply that by 1,000. This gives us an answer of 9.40. Now, I know what you're going to say. In math, we should be dropping our 0 there. And so therefore the answer should be 9.4 births per 1,000 people. So in this instance, we will not be able to go to 2 decimal places. So for the purposes of birth rate, our answer is 9.4 births per 1,000 people. For death rate, we're going to be looking at the total number of deaths and our total population. So we're going to take our total number of deaths and we're going to divide that by our total population. Now, just as a little side note, you're going to want to make sure that you're very careful with your calculator, because I know that oftentimes with students, when they're typing in that total population, sometimes numbers get dropped off. So just be very vigilant that you're typing into your calculator the correct numbers, because a slight variation can actually change the circumstances of your answer. So in this case, our answer for death rate is going to be 8.03 deaths per 1,000 people. Now for our natural increase, what we're looking to see is the difference between that birth rate and our death rate. So we're going to bring over our birth rate, which was 9.4, and we're going to subtract from it our death rate, which was 8.03. This will give us our natural increase, which is 1.37. And we're going to come back to our natural increase in a little while. So you want to keep these numbers handy. Just make sure that you're drawing attention to them. Sometimes I even tell students to just put a box around it so that the number pops out a little bit better. Next, we're going to be looking at our immigration rate, and this is going to be similar to how we calculated our birth rate and our death rate. So again, we're going to be looking at our total number of immigrants and our total population of Canada. Now, immigrants is looking to calculate how many people are coming into a country per 1,000 people. So our total number of immigrants is 405,330 divided by our population of Canada. And we're going to times that by 100 to get by 1,000 to get our immigration rate. And that's going to give us a rate of 10.597. So of course, we're going to need to round that up. And so that's going to give us an immigration rate of 10.6. For emigration rate, this is where we're looking to see the rate at which people are leaving a given area. So we're going to be looking at our total number of emigrants as well as our total population here. So we're going to take our total number of emigrants, 29,667, and we're going to divide by our total population again, and we're going to multiply by 1,000, and that's going to give us our emigration rate, which is 0.78 emigrants per 1,000 people. Now we're going to take those two answers, our immigration rate and our emigration rate, to get us the difference between the two, which will establish our net migration. So our immigration rate was 10.6, and then we're going to subtract from it our emigration rate, which was 0.78. And that's going to give us our net migration of 9.82. Now, we want to remember that these answers are actually per 1,000 people. With population growth rate, what we're looking at is the rate at which a population is growing. So we're going to bring over our natural increase and our net migration totals from the previous slides to try and calculate this. So our natural increase answer was 1.37, and then we're going to add to it our net migration, which was 9.82. Then we're going to divide by 1,000 because we want to drop off that rate per 1,000 people, because we're looking for population growth rate, we're looking for a percentage. So we're going to need to multiply that by 100. Now our population growth rate is going to come to 1.119. Now, of course, we're going to need to make sure that we round to 2 decimal places. So, of course, this is going to make our answer 1.12, and that's going to be a percentage. For doubling time, what we're looking at is the length of time that it would take for a country's population to double. And so what we're going to be applying here is the rule of 70 in order to accomplish that. So we're going to take our 70 and we're going to divide by our population growth rate, which of course was 1.12%. And then we're going to get the answer of 62.5, which we will then round up to 63, and that will be years. So for Canada, it would take 63 years for our population to double at the rate at which it is growing. And that's how you calculate demographics. Good luck!